Good evening. Israel is stepping up on its vow for vengeance, calling up 300,000 reservists and ordering a complete siege of the Gaza Strip. Adding to the tension, a new threat from Hamas militants to kill hostages on camera if the attacks from Israel continue. Tonight, Gaza is under bombardment, with many citizens caught in the crossfire. The wide-scale destruction in plain view at this refugee camp after an Israeli airstrike. Funerals are being held on both sides of the border as the death toll climbs past 1,500. CTV's Adrian Ghobrial is in Israel tonight and starts us off.
Israel has intensified its airstrikes on Gaza, as promised, unleashing a total siege. Already access to food and fuel are being blocked, and electricity has been cut to millions living in the Gaza Strip. We took ourselves, children and grandchildren and ran away. We became refugees, this man said. From the air, Israel taking aim at Hamas targets, and even this refugee camp in the northern part of the Gaza Strip was struck.
The images of the devastation and destruction from the Hamas strongholds in Gaza are just the beginning. We have eliminated many hundreds of terrorists, and we will not stop there.
Hamas now threatening that with every airstrike on Gaza without prior warning will result in the execution of Israeli civilians who were rounded up and taken hostage. Jennifer Damtai's 22-year-old daughter is among the missing.
You can't sleep. All I can think about is where she is, if she's suffering, if she's still alive.
Damtai's daughter was last seen at a music festival near the Gaza border, though this man survived.
It's really living hell, and never seen anything like this. Bodies all places for the slaughter.
Israel's military says rescuing hostages is one of its top priorities, especially now that it's regained control over all of its southern territories.
We are fortifying the border and guarding it heavily to make sure that no additional terrorists will come in.
But with that change, disheartening discoveries. The bodies of 100 people were recovered today from a small farming town near the border that had been the scene of a hostage standoff. And there are fears the conflict may be growing more intense at the border Israel shares with Lebanon, where at least 3 members of Hezbollah, the Iran-backed Lebanese militant group, were killed by Israeli shelling.
The United Nations calling for calm and for de-escalation. They're concerned that the growing threat here in the region could lead to a larger one across the world. Heather?
Adrian, you are in Tel Aviv tonight. What's happening there, and what sense are you getting on the ground?
The streets tonight here in Tel Aviv are silent, and they have been for days. This is usually a city that's humming with activity. Now, early this morning at Ben Gurion Airport, a missile was fired there nearby by Hamas. They claim that they were targeting the airport. That's where we landed tonight. Our flight was only about a quarter full, though when it touched down, all of the Israelis on board began to applaud in unison. Even during a time of war, they were desperate to come home.
All right, Adrian Ghobrial in Tel Aviv tonight. Thanks, Adrian.